Welcome to Meet the Township. I'm Tanya Gregg with Ray Martin Associates, and today I have with me Ohio artist and muralist
Yes.
Pam Kellough. Welcome today, Pam. How are you?
I'm thrilled.
Good.
This has been so much fun already.
We have had a great talk. I've learned so much about your business and about what you do and the amount of prep work and history and everything you put into it. And you definitely pour your whole heart and soul into every piece that you do. And it definitely shows with your work. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Huntington Township? And
Yes. Like she said, I'm Pam Kellough. I was Pam Clark 50 years ago, which we just celebrated our 50th reunion. And so I graduated from Huntington School. My parents graduated from Huntington School, and my husband, and we put 5 of our children through Huntington School also. So we are definitely lifelong Huntington Township members, and we enjoy living here.
Great. This whole series of Meet the Township is about promoting pride in our school district and letting our students know that you can create and do wonderful things as a Huntington student. So can you tell them a little bit about how you got started with your business and where it's taken you?
It is one of those things that I have a lot of stories, but yet none of them are real specific about, oh, this is how you get started in this business. It's been a lot of, I'm going to use a word that's called luck with the whole thing. I started doing the Parade of Homes in Columbus, which is very high-end homes that people pay big money to go through and tour. And I would do the mural art inside of those homes. And then that made my business take off and take off and take off. And I've been blessed enough to have a husband who has had a good job. So as my business was growing, he was able to kind of meet the bills, et cetera, et cetera. And then gradually it has just boomed. I was telling Tanya that I did 17 murals last year in 10 months. And most of them are exterior murals. And one of those is 125 foot long by about 20 foot high. We have 2 scissor lifts. So when I roll in on a job, it's like an industrial thing. So we just shake, rattle, and roll. And my husband keeps things rolling for me. He moves my scissor lifts in. I have a huge art trailer that's full of all the supplies that I would need to do my work. And presently, they are in the process of developing a tourism trail. It is a mural trail. In Adams County, they were the first to have the Barn Quilt Trail, and it became nationwide because everybody thought that's a great idea. So they had started that about 20 years ago. And so now they wanted to do a mural trail. And so I have a couple of murals in Ross County, which I'd love to do more, and several murals in Hillsborough. And I've done, I think, 11, let me see, no, I think more than that, in Adams County, no, about 15 in Adams County. And let me see, about 7, 8, about 10 in Highland County. And what they'll do is they will actually have leaflets that they can hand out that will guide tourists to these different sites, and they can go around and see the different murals and the history. The history of Adams County is phenomenal because we have Serpent Mound, the only mound like that in the entire world. And so we do the history and tons of research on history. And it will take people around to have something really nice to see.
On each one of your murals that you've painted that I've looked at, you have different historic pieces from each town that you've done. And you've really looked into it and found things that people can relate to. And I think that's really cool. And we talked about how you start prepping for this, how you start your sketch work and you start with your grids. Can you talk a little bit about the scale that you use and everything?
Well, I have several meetings with people because this is not a short process. It's generally a minimum of 4 months to sometimes about 6 months long. And I will meet with a group or an individual, and I let them talk. All they do is talk, 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 and tell me what their loves are. They're enjoying, their history in their area, and I just let them talk. And I make lots of notes. I come home and then begin sketching, and I will sketch. Like, take for instance, if my mural is 50 foot long by 20 foot high, then I will get a piece of paper and scale out 50 inches by 20 inches, and then I begin my sketching process in that. Then once I get that done, approved, met with, contract signed and everything, and yes, I do have contracts, I will take that actual sketch itself, and my husband and I will go on the job, which my husband is Gary Kellough, and we will go on the job site and actually use grid marks to grid out 1 foot areas. Every 1 inch on this grid of the mural picture, that the sketch that I did, I will translate that onto 1 foot onto the wall itself. And so that's how it gets big. And that's always a question I get asked a lot, is how does it go from here to up there? And that's how I do it. And she asked me earlier, she said, how do you come to that scale? And I told her, I said, it's a matter of training. I used to paint in small areas. Now I look at a wall that's, huge, 100 foot long, and I can see what it is I'm doing. And it's just a matter of training yourself to look at things like that.
Right. You said an interesting fact. I asked you, how did you find out you could paint, or what did you do, or how did you get so good? And you said you hold a paintbrush every day.
Every single day. And I was telling her that I really didn't have an art class because I graduated in 74. And the last class that I had was in 6th grade. So it's like I had no training whatsoever. And I was just kind of dabbled in it a little bit. But I will have little kids. It's so cute because I paint in a lot of schools and things. And they'll come up and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so good. How did you get so good? And I tell them, you hold a paintbrush every day of your life. And I do. And it's so funny because I had painted a jacket. And the big question was, will it wash out? And I say, honey, every article of clothing, my phone, my fingernails, my body, it's all covered with paint. Trust me, it doesn't wash out.
It will not go anywhere.
It does not.
Yeah. So we've had a great conversation. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you and learning your trade and seeing your beautiful artwork all around the state, and different things that she's doing. So please give her a like. We say go green, and I have one real estate tip for the day. If you are in the market to sell your home, remember curb appeal. That's your first chance to get someone interested in your home and to like what they see and to get them in that door. So if you are thinking about selling, think about sprucing up outside and making it look beautiful. And that's all we have today. Thank you for joining us for Meet the Township.
Thank you.